Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, we're going to talk about why Telcoin is the next gen crypto bank and what impact it could have on the future of crypto banking. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, only use risk capital, and thank you to those who continue to support the channel. So, on the day, Telcoin is down 3%, and the current price is 0.0037. Now, with any crypto asset, it's always better to accumulate it, number one, when it's on a discount, and number two, when it's below a penny, because it allows you to be able to acquire more and get more. And that's what you want in a project that has a bright future. And then number three, you want to be able to get into a project when the masses don't know about it. So that's what Telcoin is. The masses don't all know about Telcoin yet. And it's definitely putting a stamp on the future of crypto banking. And the market cap is 353 million and currently 1.3 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. But with Telcoin, what makes this project special? So I put out a couple of different points here on why this is a future crypto bank. So with Telcoin, they have the ability to connect to community banks. So this crypto bank, Telcoin, is set to launch in December, but how they have it set up is their Web3 blockchain will be able to connect to traditional bank rails. So as you can see, it'll have the ability to connect to community banks and give them services, give them crypto services, give them stable coins, you name it. So essentially, you're saving costs for these community banks. And that is a game changer in itself. So imagine Telcoin helping people in community banks in Nebraska and then expanding out into the United States simply by connecting blockchain technology with traditional banking rails, which is an absolute game changer. And then they also, since they are a digital asset depository, they also have the ability to mint stablecoins, which are backed one to one with cash reserves. So they'll be the only actual crypto bank set up like that because they went through the whole process of going through the government to get regulated and doing it the right way. So this is cannot be overstated, but this is an absolute game changer. But to be the only crypto bank being able to mint and issue stablecoins, and again, those are protected and backed one to one with cash, is an absolute game changer. So you see kind of how they're building things out. And then the whole aspect of digital cash. So this whole concept of digital cash is somewhat relatable to different countries and as people in general. We're able to relate better with something called digital cash as opposed to having a whole bunch of different stable coins. So as you can see here, once you go over to Telcoin's website, they have a digital cash section and it's multi-currency digital cash. Yep, digital cash is now live in Telcoin wallet. So this is something that they're building out. They have some digital cash within the Telcoin wallet already. So these are some of the coins that they have here. But and then EUSD and then E Euro, these here will be issued once the bank launches in December. And again, this is like a different way to doing things, but what's happening is not only is it relatable, so say you're somebody in Australia, you can relate to the Australian dollar digital cash, which is backed one to one. And oh, by the way, you'll be able to open up a bank account essentially on the blockchain, which is again an absolute game changer. And then the same thing with Canadian dollar. And I like the way it's set up and the way it's coined because it's relatable and it's in everybody's native currency. So this is going to be happening in different markets all around the globe. So no other project is like this, which is pretty awesome. And it says here, Telcoin Bank, a digital asset bank, aims to become the first real bridge between traditional finance and cryptocurrencies, with the first banking charter explicitly authorized to connect consumers with decentralized finance. It is conditionally approved by the Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance and currently under establishment. Yeah. So we're going to talk about this here more too. And let's see, I had another point here. Yep. And yeah, we talked about the bank accounts and being able to not only have your digital cash, but have a local bank account connected to that in whatever market you're on. Again, no other project is doing this, and Telcoin is set to launch in December in the state of Nebraska and also be able to connect to community banks and help other banks in the US get on the blockchain. And they take all of the work out of it. So it's almost kind of like a plug and play. And again, you're helping these not only smaller banks, but you're helping other banks that might not have the resources to put it together to get on blockchain technology. You're making them relevant and keeping them relevant, and they are able to give those these crypto and digital cash services to their customers, which is awesome stuff. So, and then talking about the talking about the conditional approval for the bank. So we're waiting on the state of Nebraska. So essentially, Telcoin has secured funding necessary to capitalize Telcoin Digital Asset Bank and launch EUSD, pioneering bank issue stablecoin. We now await final approval of our bank charter from Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance. So that's pretty much where we are now. So we could receive word within the next week, could bleed into November, who knows? But according to Paul, the CEO of Telcoin, he's saying that Telcoin Bank as a whole will launch in December. But yeah, they secured funding of 25 million. So 25 million to essentially secure the funding to get the bank launched. That was kind of the one of the conditions of the conditional approval, which is awesome stuff here. And then there was something else that I had noticed. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there's another article here, and they're talking to Patrick, and he says the real prize will be interoperability to ensure that all of these state-regulated stablecoins can truly work together and with traditional finance rails. Yep. And so Patrick kind of talked about North Dakota. They have their own stablecoin. I believe it's called Rough Rider. In Wyoming, it's called Frontier, I believe. But making it inoperable so that yeah, we can benefit each other. You can send EUSD and the Rough Rider stablecoin and Frontier. At the end of the day, we want to drive adoption and bring that volume to all chains. But yeah, and this is what Telcoin has the ability to do. They can connect with traditional finance, and it's only just a matter of time when that's done. And then if you go over here to Telcoin Hub, this is Telcoin Hub was put together by Blue Lights and BZ. So this is a great resource. There's a lot of stuff in here, but they have a news section in here where you can look at the different things. You know, they talk about Telcoin raising an additional 25 million in order to launch the regulated digital asset bank, the first of its kind in America. Many claim that, but this one will actually be the first of its kind. And then here, down here at the bottom, this was May 25th of 2021. This is when they got the ball rolling with legislation. So it says Nebraska passes the Financial Innovation Act drafted by Telcoin. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts signing the Nebraska Financial Innovation Act into law. Yeah, so this was like the start of everything here. Having this Financial Innovation Act, which allow for banking and, kind of connecting the dots with blockchain technology. So this was cool here. And then back here in February of 2025, Telcoin Bank steps closer to becoming the first regulated crypto bank in the US. So, short and sweet, they had a hearing in December, and they had to go through the hearing in order to go to the next step. And because of that, they got the conditional approval. And with the conditional approval, there's certain things that Telcoin has to do, and one of them is securing, more funding, which they have. So now it's just a waiting game. We're inches away, and they have been building this out. It's been taking a while because they wanted to do things the right way. And that's essentially what happens. It's going to take time when you're doing things the right way and you're building it out, which Telcoin is doing. So I hope this video provided you with some value as next gen crypto banking and digital asset banking at its finest as Telcoin. Look at all this here. This could be flowing through different markets, remittance transfer payments, and going from bank to bank. But all this could be flowing through blockchain technology, the Telcoin network, and traditional banking rails here soon. So, pretty exciting stuff. And again, like I mentioned with Telcoin, this project is below a penny. So, not financial advice, but could be an opportunity to scoop some Telcoin up on a discount if you're somebody that is on the outside looking in and you're not in Telcoin. I'll leave my referral link in the YouTube description, and you can download the Telcoin app in order for you to get some Telcoin. I want to thank you for listening to this video, and thanks for stopping by.